What's happening, guys? This is Wilson Jet. This is a post-patch weapon review of the M416 on Operation Metro. I had a really good game here. Open up with a clean 12-0 streak. Got several streaks throughout the game. Finished, I don't know, something like 54-16. You'll have to look at the scoreboard at the end. But, I did a review on the M416 on Operation Metro once before. Picked it up after not having used it for a long time. When I first unlocked the weapon, I got 80 or 100 kills with it, and then moved on. I just got bored with it. And, on paper at least, it seemed like kind of a lost weapon. It just didn't do anything as well as the M16A3, and there was no good reason to ever use it. After I revisited the weapon, I decided that it actually did have a certain application which worked out really well. And on Operation Metro, I liked the M416's ability to track moving targets. Playing tactically, you're able to run and gun with it pretty effectively. And after I did my last review, the 416 has really become my go-to weapon on this particular map. Because of the slower rate of fire and the manageable recoil, I felt like I was really able to stay on target and pick people off, especially a lot of moving targets that are moving perpendicular from you that don't necessarily know that you're there. So I was a fan of the 416, in this particular situation. I would occasionally break it out in similar environments. But after reading the patch notes, I discovered that the 416 got buffs in pretty much every category. And so I couldn't wait to get my hands on the gun. Because I was already doing pretty well with it, and I thought, oh gosh, well, let's see what we can do with it now. And sure enough, now it's just a laser beam. I think they overdid it just a bit. I think it's basically going to become the new M16A3. I don't know that I would use the M16A3 at this point. I haven't seen any hard data yet. I don't know that it's available anywhere. What I do know is that the patch notes tell us that they have improved the reload time slightly. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the first shot vertical recoil multiplier has been reduced, and both the vertical and horizontal recoil have also been reduced. And I think what DICE is trying to accomplish here is, it sounds like they basically have swapped the recoil characteristics of the M16A3 and the M416, or more properly the HK416. Now the M416 is going to have lower recoil than the M16A3, but coupled with that slightly lower rate of fire. So in essence, that's a balance. You have a weapon that performs a little better, but with a slower rate of fire. Now the M16A3 is going to suffer from increased recoil somewhat, but it still has that very high rate of fire and a very fast reload time. After using it in this game, I really felt like the M416 was almost too easy to control. You see in this sequence right here, I'm at 1, 2, 3. The last guy was already dead, but hi, dog. But it doesn't matter. I'm just able to pick people off at will and just snap onto targets and hold that target, track moving targets. It all just seemed a bit too easy. And I think that they overdid it with the M416 a little bit. And, unfortunately, we're probably not going to see a fix to this until the Aftermath DLC drops in about 3 or 4 months, unless they decide to do some sort of hotfix on the weapon. In reference to the reload time, they say that the short reload time has been shortened on the M416, and along with other weapons, this change was mainly cosmetic, so that the reload animation that we're seeing on our screen when we hit the reload command, which square on the PlayStation 3 controller for me, it should sync up with what you're seeing. You're going to hear the correct sound, see the correct animation. You'll know when the animation is finished, and you'll know when to move on so that you don't start another action or you're not able to fire too soon, and that sort of thing. But, at least from my perspective, this business of altering the reload animations or lengthening or shortening the reload times, it's actually introduced a whole host of new problems, and I wonder if anyone else is experiencing this. I've got plenty of footage where the reloads just seem to be broken, at least at the current time. I use the FAMAS a lot on the close quarters maps, and I'm having all kinds of problems with it. Basically what's happening is when I hit reload, there's no animation at all. Sometimes the animation just never starts, but my gun is actually reloading. But I have no visual cue to know that it's happening. My timer starts, and if I let it complete, suddenly I will have a full magazine. But because I can't see that my gun is reloading, I will hit square, 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 and I keep restarting the sequence over and over again, which ends up getting me killed because I get frustrated and nothing's happening. I'm trying to reload, and instead of playing the game, I just stand there and get killed, which is very frustrating. So I hope they get that ironed out. Right now, the reloads on some of the guns just seem to be broken. They're not working properly. But overall, the M416, like I said, seems to be the big winner from this latest patch. I think I'm going to be using it a lot more. I'm seeing a lot of my enemies using it a lot more. In this game of Op Metro, you're going to see I'm able to play extremely aggressively and pick off multiple targets on several occasions. So I'd suggest you give it a try. It's a lot of fun to use. Like I said, it makes it all too easy, I think. I'm gonna be quiet and let you watch the rest of the gameplay. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your thoughts or comments below. If you have any other issues with this current patch, let's talk about that, and I might make a video relating to that. The helicopter gunner flare seem to be the big issue right now. It doesn't really bother me much. You just adapt. I think it was true that a good helicopter gunner tandem could dominate a map. So I don't mind that change. Yeah, you can't stay in the air as long with the helicopter now, but it's better because it allows the helicopters to run short missions instead of just staying up in the sky the entire game and disrupting the whole flow of the gameplay. Sometimes the objective of the entire game became destroy the chopper instead of actually playing the objectives. So I don't mind that change so much. It's just something that we have to adapt to. Anyhow, I'm going to let this play out. Here's one of these, back rage multi-kill scenarios I was talking about. Hope you like this video. I will talk to you all later.